everyone, welcome to Crack Defense. This is English video on comprehension. So in this video we are going to learn about certain strategic methods to solve maximum questions in this comprehension session. So now here are certain tips, or we can call it tricks, to understand how to analyze comprehension and how to solve questions on this section. So we are going to see first. So the first strategic tool is about reading between the lines. So candidates, please understand this. This sentence is also an idiomatic phrase. Reading between the lines means to focus. Now, if there is any information given, there will be certain information hidden. So it is called as reading between the lines, means you have to analyze the information, sentences, and try to find out the hidden meaning which is not revealed by the information. So next we are talking about premise, that is the factual information. So in any paragraph, when there will be certain factual figures, factual information given, please underline those lines, and you will have definitely even a single question on these factual informations. So you have to keep them highlighted. Then next comes the inference, not stated but necessarily follows from what is stated. Now here comes the inference. So here inference means we are trying to get any information or any conclusion from the evidence and research which is given in the information. So over here the conclusion is not directly stated, but we have to analyze the evidence and the information given, and then we have to make a conclusion. That is called as inference. So over here your analyzing power should be developed. Then comes the assumptions, assumed to be true but not stated. So there will be certain evidence or certain information, certain statements where the assumptions are needed. They will tell you that assume this is done, etc., and then you have to see that yes, this assumption is true. So you have to keep this true statement in mind while solving questions. Next comes the conclusion, deduction from the facts. So over here inference and conclusion are the same. You have to keep similar technique to solve those questions. Then here is the assertion, asserted as true, not claimed to follow from the facts but put forward. So here comes certain information where they give you certain statements, evidence and all, and then comes the assertive sentence which is being asserted. So it may have certain relation with the information or it may not have, but you have to keep everything, every statement which is being asserted as true, because ultimately that will be the right answer irrespective of the information. Now over here, what common mistakes you have to avoid while solving comprehensions are blanket generalizations. Options have keywords like all, none, most, some, etc. So over there, example, they in the information or in the passage they are talking about students, something activity which is related to students, and there are total 30 students. So if they say that out of 30 students there are 15 students who are doing XYZ activity, so then they are asking question on this 15 students. So they are talking about how many students are performing XYZ activity. So they may mention all, none, most, some, half. So over here you have to choose the option half, because 15 is the half of 30. So you don't have to choose most, none or some. People tend to make mistake over here. They will choose the option some and most, but this is wrong. You have to be attentive while solving the questions which have blanket generalization. Then comes the extreme options. Extreme options means you have to be careful for the none of the above option. You have to analyze each and every option, and then only you have to see whether this is suitable or not. Not reading passage or questions carefully, here people makes maximum mistakes. Even those students who are very good at English, they tend to make mistakes over here because of not paying focus or do not have developed power of analyzing. So please read the passage carefully, and moreover read the questions more carefully. Now here explicitly stated and implied data. Now over here explicited means the statement which are being told openly, and then implied data is like which the statements or the informations which are given you indirectly. So there will be certain information which is direct, and there will be certain informations which is indirect. So over here reading between the lines becomes implied data. So keep your focus on this type of questions and statements as well. Now, how to comprehend the passage? Now, here comes while solving the questions, here are some tactics. Now, first, attempt vocabulary questions first, like synonyms, antonyms, and phrases, because they are the standard form of questions where you don't need much analysis. So, they are less time consuming. So basically vocabulary type of questions, they are very standard and they consume less time. They don't need much analysis. If you know the answer, you know it, or you need certain time, certain prescribed time to find out the answers. So they are less time consuming. So it is an advice to solve these questions first. If you don't know the meaning of few words, then use contextual clues to figure out the meaning. So if there is a sentence, now example, we are taking the question, this one, habit, or anything, or we are taking the article. We don't know the meaning of this word article. So what we will do is like we will use this line to ascertain to know the meaning of article. So when we are talking about newspaper, magazine, and reading, so definitely it will be certain type of article, statement, and it will be related to editor. So over here you have to find the similar word for articles. Okay, you have to use the contextual clues to figure out the meaning. Now here comes the third. Develop reading habits, articles in newspaper, magazines, and books. So reading habit, development of this type of habit will be useful to you for lifelong, as this is a very good habit and it will help you a lot in English paper, because once your reading habit is developed, your analyzing power will develop, and of course your vocabulary will also be firm. You will start using heavy vocabulary. So this habit is right now very important. Then next comes draw conclusions and make inference as per the given information. It means that once you are done with reading of the passage, draw your own conclusions and inference, right? So this will help you to understand the questions and analyze it more easily. Pay attention to summary words like therefore, thus, as the result. Now over here these words are certain summary words where information will be given, and therefore the passage who is the writer, he himself will give you the conclusion. But sometimes the conclusion we cannot analyze because of these words. So they are talking about as a result, means there will be some incident above, and the incidents or the situations result will be given in the conclusion by the writer itself. So you just have to see for the this type of similar summary words.
Thanks for watching this video, and see you for the next session, and all the best.